In the Arizona dawn, where the desert dreams, my drone takes flight on golden beams. The spring breeze whispers, gentle and clear, guiding my journey through the vast frontier. Up above, like an eagle soars, capturing wonders forevermore. Cacti and mesas from this bird's eye view, in colors vivid under skies so blue. Flying my drone on this fresh spring day, sunshine gilds the desert's endless play. In the open expanse where horizons unfurl, I'm soaring high like a bird in this vibrant world. The morning light dances on the sand, tracing the artistry of nature's hand. From towering cliffs to valleys below, every curve and shadow puts on a show. Glimpses of life in the desert so wide, captured and cherished on this aerial glide. The rustling spring leaves sway in the breeze, crafting a symphony among the trees. Flying my drone on this fresh spring day, sunshine gilds the desert's endless play. In the open expanse where horizons unfurl, I'm soaring high like a bird in this vibrant world. Each frame a moment, each shot a tale, in this tapestry where wonders prevail. The thrill of seeing the world anew, a journey of discovery in every view. This morning unfolds its promise bright. My drone and I revel in the light. In the Arizona desert, vast and grand, we've captured magic hand in hand. In the golden glow, Arizona's sun, flying high above where the cactus run. The drone's sweet serenade, sky so blue over Sonora desert. Just me and you. Mountains in the distance, saguaro tall. Beauty of the wild captivates us all. Winding trails below, shadows play. Desert adventures calling, let's drift away. Under desert skies, hearts are free. Whispering winds, you and me. Sunsets glow, turns day to night. In our desert flight, it feels so right. Heartbeat, moments like these, endless road. Nature's rhythm, life's sweet code. Silent echoes in the air, desert whispers everywhere. Colors change with every breath we take. Ember beams and twilight sing. Lost together, we'll be found in this magic desert ground. A heartbeat under desert skies, hearts are free. Whispering winds, you and me. Sunsets glow, turns day to night.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Desert Adventures in Arizona. My name is Steve, and I see we have somebody new in the chat, so welcome, welcome. Lucas just popped in. As soon as I go live, he wants to stop in and say hi. So here's Lucas. Hey, Lucas, say hi. Show everybody your handsome face. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There he is. He's doing well. He was out chasing lizards this morning. That keeps him occupied. So far, he hasn't caught any, at least not recently. All right, let's see who we have here this morning. Gracie and Jock's Adventures, first one in the chat this morning from Portland, Oregon. All right, good to have you. And thanks for being a channel member, Gracie. Oh, yes. I started a few minutes early. Hopefully, you get the notification. Fangirl Cheryl, good morning, good morning. Fangirl Cheryl was on Ava Potterfield and Friends live this morning. That's usually how we start our Mondays, with a little positivity and some nice chat. Adventures of Traveling Mike is here. He's coming in from Colorado. Ooh, I bet it's cool up there. It's getting hot here. And look at that, we got Tracy in the house. Jolly Matilda. Welcome, Tracy. Haven't seen you in a long time. Hope you're doing well. I'll be working and lurking. Okay. Another channel member in the house, Step Van Dan. Good morning, good morning. Scrolling. Stella's here. Still house and dog sitting for friends who are in Europe. Very nice. Hopefully the dogs are doing well. I'm sure they are with you taking care of them. Ivan K is here. Good morning, good morning. Scrolling. I started a few minutes early since so many of you were here. I thought I'd run a couple of drone videos. I discovered Suno, which is a great source for making songs and music. So check them out. They're well worth using. I pay the $10 a month, and then you have unlimited songs, but you can make any song for any reason um, free. They do have free subscriptions too. Traveling on Adventures will be live this afternoon. That's Earl and Terry. They'll be live at 2 p.m. this afternoon, and that's Pacific time, Mountain Standard Time, Arizona time, whatever you want to call it. Lee's here. Good morning, Lee. Good to have you. Hawkins Family Adventures is here. Sandra and her husband had to put their fur baby down on Thursday. He was been sick for a while, and they had to send copper over the Rainbow Bridge. Captain Jack Scrapper's here, another channel member. Good morning, good morning. Working and lurking. Have Cheetah will view. Good after meow noon. Welcome, welcome. There's our new person, Fuzzy Adventures and More. New to the chat, so everybody welcome Fuzzy Adventures and More. Thank you, Tracy. Appreciate it. I really enjoy flying it. I mean, this photo behind me, we had a rare event here 2 or 3 weeks ago. We had rain, and about a half inch of rain here in southern Arizona. And so I looked out the back porch and saw those clouds hanging low around Ragged Top. So I had to put the drone up and get some video and some photos. So that picture behind me is from the drone. It just is nothing like it's like flying, when you can put something up and you can look through a screen and you can fly around. It's just fantastic. I love it. Scrolling. Thank you, thank you. It takes a lot of practice, a lot of practice. Um, Anybody can throw a drone up in the air and fly it around and make you sick to your stomach. The trick is not making people queasy when they're watching your video. So I do nice, slow, gentle turns. I don't scream around. I mean, that drone will run about 30 miles an hour through the air. And, uh, and when you make turns and banks, I don't like it when it's real jerky. So I work really hard to make them smooth. Yeah, Lucas doing Lucas things. That's right. All right, Hawkins Family Adventures will be live tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific time. She does her AA meeting. Ray Crum is here. About time I get me some coffee. Here you go, Ray. Good morning. Good morning. Good to have you, and thanks for your membership. Coffee is our friend, Patrick says. I agree. I agree. Look at that. We got Naj in the house. Never late, Naj. Never late. Yeah, that works pretty good. Just go to suno.com and you can play around with it. And what I do is I have another app that I use, Chat GPT. I think that works a little better for making lyrics. So I use Chat GPT for lyrics, and then I copy and paste them into suno.com, and then come up with music. You can select if you want country music, if you want a female vocals, if you want male vocals, if you want pop. Just It's just amazing what they can do now. Happy Father's Day. Thank you, Nosh. Had a great Father's Day yesterday. Our daughter came over and cooked for us. I mean, not just cooked for me, but cooked for Oki and I both. She made fish and shrimp tacos, and boy, oh boy, were they good. So we spent the day with our daughter Sheena, and just a nice, relaxing day. Watched some movies, Netflix, and all right, Cheetah's going to be live this afternoon at 5 p.m. All right, and Patrick, if you want to post a link, feel free. Yeah, it's sad, isn't it, when you got to let your fur babies go? We've gone through that. We have 3 or 4 of them, ashes buried underneath a tree, and then I make a headstone for them with a boulder, well, a rock, and then I carve their name and the years they were with us, and that's where they're at. So we've had quite a few we've had to say goodbye to. There's Ava. Welcome, welcome. So I mentioned earlier, we start our Mondays off with Ava, and she does a Friday evening music with her husband, Doug. So check out her channel. Good to have you, Naj. Ronak's here. Ronak's Drawing and Scenery. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, Cheetah Will View does some really interesting interviews with people in the movie industry, and he's big into movies, and he's a movie critic, and very interesting to watch. So be sure to check him out. There's Fairy Dust, Sweep the Wild Winds. Good morning, Bernay. Bernay, what's the temperature over there? It's pretty warm, huh? Let's see what we got here today. Hey Siri, what's the weather here today?
Expect some clear skies today.
It's going to be 109, which means out here where we live, it'll be 112 to 114. It always seems to be 4 or 5 degrees more. So, yeah, summer is upon us. We are a supporter of all different kinds of channels. Very good. Appreciate that. Diana's here. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. Appreciate that. Coffee is my favorite. Yeah, got to have 3 or 4 cups in the morning. So since it's getting so hot here in the desert, notice I said hot with a squeaky voice because it's really hot. I can't believe I used to work in it. I worked outside at the electric co-op as a technician. I'd put long sleeve work shirts on, a t-shirt underneath that, Levi's and boots, and off I'd go. We did do most of our heavy work in the mornings during the summer. We'd get to work at 6, and you're out in the field on whatever project or tasks you have to do, and we knock them out, by noon or so, and then do our uh, patrolling or inspections or whatever we need to do in the afternoon, so that you could get some air conditioning in your vehicle while you're driving around. But because it's brutal in the summer here. Yeah, I'll bet you do. I'll bet you do. Yeah, sympathies. It's tough. Ah, Misha's here. Welcome, welcome. This is uh, Rocky the rattlesnake. I think Naj helped name him, and Oki made this for me as a prop. That's a real rattle that I harvested from one that did not want to go away, and there's his cute face. Even got a tongue there. She's Oki is pretty crafty. So we haven't seen any rattlesnakes. Knock on wood. Have not seen any rattlesnakes on the property. We have 5 acres here inside the Ironwood Forest National Monument, and so far so good. See our view is here. Welcome, Tim, Gracie, and Crystal. Hope you're doing well. Oh, okay. Yeah. Traveling Mike. In fact, that's where I learned about Suno, was from the Adventures of Traveling Mike. He was playing around with it, and I was watching one of his live streams, and that's how I got into it. And I think you've gone a lot farther than I have. Van Girl Cheryl's back. Sorry I was detained. Now she's got her van in the shop getting the front end redone, and she's getting ready to do some adventuring, I think. You're welcome. You're welcome. Scrolling. Did I miss Traveling Merton and Sue? Yes, I did. There they are. Traveling Merton and Sue usually go live on Sundays around 2 or 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock our time. And they have been so busy with projects that they didn't go live yesterday. So we'll catch up with them later. Ooh, Cheryl's got a new dinner short out. Blanket hello to everyone. I'm on my phone. Yeah, I know how that goes. You hate to ignore people, so that's a good way to say hello. Summer is here yet. It's not summer yet. Bring in fall. I hear you, Misha. I hear you. I think I mentioned earlier. Let me repeat it. Hey Siri, what's the weather here today?
The National Weather Service has issued an extreme heat warning. And an extreme heat watch. Should be sunny today.
Extreme. I remember as kids, I never paid attention to what the temperature was in the summer. We just I just got on my bicycle, when the sun came up and I had my bowl of Cheerios, got on my bicycle and off I went. And I'd come home for a peanut butter and jelly sandwich when I got hungry, usually around noon. And then I had to be home for dinner or I would miss dinner. There was no food left if you were late at my house. Miss you guys. Don't miss the heat though. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Tim from CR View is finishing up a project. Well, a project is really never finished, but he's putting a bunch of solar close to 2,000 watts on top of his RV, and he's running air conditioning, which is something really important when you live in Quartzsite full time. All right. Ava, you better rest. I know that's not easy for you. 80 degrees in Michigan. About time we got summer weather. That's like parka weather for us. When it's only 80, we're kind of cool. Rocky the Rattler. Yep, you got it. Now, Tracy, who you see right here, used to work out at the Silver Bell mine, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Days were too hot in the summer. Yep. So out here would be, which way am I going? Over here, right here, back over here where the mountains are, and I'm going this way. So the Silver Bell mine is right up this area here, and that's where Tracy used to work. There's a active silver bell mine out there. They bring out primarily copper. We see flatbed 18 wheelers coming out with the big flat copper ingots heading somewhere. I don't know where they take them, but yeah, no rattlers so far. All right, what else is going on? It's going to be 109 plus here today, so Oki and I are packing up the RV. We're going to head to the mountains. Leaving tomorrow morning, we're going to go up to between Sholo and up in that area, up in the national forest. We're going to park up there for a few days, probably a week to 10 days, watch the horses graze through the campground and the deer and all the critters that are up there. It's one of our favorite places. We go there every summer. And we're going to leave tomorrow morning and head north. So looking forward to that. So everything that goes with that, when you take off on vacation, and I never understood how retired people could take a vacation, but now I understand. You got to pack up, of course, everything that you're going to take with you, and we do a little glamping. I have an RV that we bought back in 2018. It's a 26-foot Winnebago, one-time purchase for us. I did a lot of research on it, and it's small enough to where we can get it into the national forest and we can go in between trees. I can tow my Jeep, and then we can park in the cool mountains and enjoy the trees. And again, like I said, there's wild horses up there that graze through the campground. There's a lake not too far away, Apache Lake. And so we take Lucas in the Jeep and we drive around the lake and do some hiking and relax and then just enjoy nature. So that's what is on our list for the next week or so. Yeah, it is cute. Of course, I don't think he likes being called cute, but guys don't like being called cute. But that's okay. He is cute. Yeah. Copper, copper, copper. Timber rattlers. Yeah, it seems to be rattlesnakes everywhere. I know up there in South Dakota they even have them. Box Fan D is here. All right, we'll be doing my live on Sunday. Hope you can join me. Oh, that'll be fine. If you have it, if you have it scheduled, D, drop a link. Only the rain or snow affected us as kids, right? Usually made it more exciting. Yeah. Yeah. And when it rained in Tucson, which is where I grew up, we used to run out to we lived in a cul-de-sac and we would run out to the street, stomp around as the water flowed by. We just had a blast. But I don't remember the heat affecting us much. We did have a neighborhood swimming pool, and our parents bought for a number of years, they bought a membership, a family membership there. And us kids lived at the pool, got the summer sunburns, and had a lot of fun. D says, can't tag everyone today. No worries, D. So Tim CRV was up on his RV putting solar panels up there and almost boxed himself into a corner without a way. He didn't show us how he got off of there, but hopefully he didn't have to get air rescue up there. And you know, Dee is self-conscious about her speech. She had a stroke which affected her speech, and she's self-conscious about it. But people who love Dee and enjoy her and follow her channel, you know, we're her friends. We're not going to judge her. Anything that she shares with us, we appreciate, and we pray for her continued, you know, her continued health. She's got good health right now. She's doing much better. So I just waited for a good wind and surfed off the roof. There you go. Yeah, we're not judging you. We're not here to judge people. We're here to chat and enjoy each other's company and have a few laughs. Supposed to be 114, she says. Was 118 yesterday. You know, and it seems like you guys notice that where you're at and where you take your temperature is different than the advertised temperature. I imagine that they have, you know, this weather box in the middle of a park with sprinklers spraying around, keeping the grass green. That's where they seem to take the temperatures, and they don't want to scare people away, so they are typically lower than reality, in my opinion. That's right. She's got Maxie there too. King snakes and black racers. Norfolk, Virginia. No eastern rattlesnakes. We have king snakes here too, and red racers and a few black racers also. Boy, those are really fast. We have a king snake that comes in and drinks water out of our pond. So we understand the king snakes will keep the rattlesnakes away. And this king snake that we've seen is probably 3.5 feet long. He's been here a number of years, and hopefully he stays. And maybe he or she is keeping the rattlesnakes away. I hope so. Yep. Vacation from retirement. Do you guys believe that? I used to make fun of retirees. Vacation. Why do you need vacation? You're retired. Full week of rain. Speaking of rain, great to control the fires. That's right. There've been terrible fires up there in Canada. Speaking of rain, we're supposed to be starting our monsoon. So anyone not familiar with southern Arizona, we wait for southern flow, moisture flow from Mexico. And the humidity starts to pick up in the afternoons when it gets good and hot. We'll get pop up thunderstorms, and some of them will be quite violent. And that's our monsoons. Some of them can be very damaging, but that's something we live for. We enjoy the rain. Talca detector is here. Hello, hello from Chile. Welcome, welcome. That's right. Heat means just more ice pops in pool time. There you go. Talca detectors saying hello to everybody. That's right. He's on a mission. He did have to pick a day to get up there and do that work because Quartzsite is always windy, it seems like. Very seldom is there a day with no wind. I think Merton and Sue is live on Sunday. And I think this afternoon, Earl and Terry will be live. That's Traveling on Adventures. That's pinned at the top of the chat there, Cheryl. 118, and we're still in spring, right? So when does summer start? June 21st? And that's about the time there's a weather guy that I follow who says around the 20th of this month, we're supposed to start getting monsoon moisture up here, which is a little earlier than we normally start. Usually it doesn't start until July, after the 4th of July weekend. Back on the laptop. All right, headed back out to BLM land. So are you going back to the same area where you were at? Should we keep the light on for you? Probably not this summer, huh? I think Mike will stay up north. Oh, Ivan's going to 24 volts. It could be you probably burn a light bulb out waiting for Mike to come back to Quartzsite. Ray says it's going to be up to 80. I think he's in Ohio, right? With some rain. 12 volt for now. Yeah. Our RV is set up for 12 volts, and then I have about 900 watts, I think, of solar on top. You only get about half of that. But when we park up and do our boondocking, we run everything off solar. The trick is, I'll be in touch with you guys. Traveling Mike will be back. Oh, in Massachusetts in August. That's right. Traveling Mike will be heading back to New Hampshire, I guess, which is where he's originally from. Gosh, is 91 and 58% humidity. That's not bad for you guys. When it's 58%, that means there's a storm outside when we see 58% here. That's okay, Cheryl. That's okay. The Adventures, excuse me, Traveling on Adventures. Traveling on Adventures is Earl and Terry, and they'll be live this afternoon at 2 o'clock. All right, Lee, thank you for popping in. You have a great day. So, Nosh does pretty much the same thing we do. She's inside from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m., no yard work at that time. And we're pretty much the same. We get up at as soon as I wake up at 3 usually, and I'll lay in bed and, you know, process world events, see if anything needs to be solved from my perspective, and then, we get out of bed about 5, and then we're up and at 'em at 5 while it's still cool. The interesting thing about the desert in the summertime is because the humidity is so low, the nights cool off pretty good. We're down in the 70s and sometimes 60s at night, but as soon as that sun pops up, boy, it zooms right back up again. That's because the humidity is low, and so that makes it, better to do work around the, property in the mornings when it's cool. Yeah, it'll be good to see your face, Cheryl, for sure. So the Ironwood Monument or the Ironwood Meetup will be in February. We won't be attending that one this year. So, Cheryl, when you get out here, if you make it out to the monument before the meetup, I'll give you a tour of the area. We can go to the base of Ragged Top. We can go all over the place. I know the monument real well since we live out here. Yeah, Sunday at 5 Eastern time is Traveling Merton and Sue when they go live. And they had a great signal last Sunday. So where you guys set up last Sunday worked really well. Anybody use a metal detector? Stella's looking for a good starter detector for a novice. Anybody have any ideas? Ray just got back from New Hampshire and Vermont. We lived in New Hampshire, in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Gee whiz, when was it? Back in early 90s, like 1990, 1991. There was a sign there to Portsmouth to Pease Air Force Base, which is Air Force Base there in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Just spent 9 months there because they closed the base, and we shipped all the munitions out of the bomb dump. That was my job for those 9 months. New Hampshire for about a week, maybe. Oh, what a beautiful state. I have a story that I'm going to tell you that my dad was in the Air Force from 1951 to 1953, I think, thereabouts, during the Korean War era. And when we got our assignment to New Hampshire, he said, "You know what? I had a good friend that I was stationed with here in Tucson, and I lost track of him. He was from Bethlehem, New Hampshire. So he said, do me a favor. If you get up towards Bethlehem, stop in, check the phone book, and see if you can find his name and address and phone number. I'd really like to get back in touch with him." So we were camping in the White Mountains in New Hampshire. And Sunday morning, I think it was, Oki and I were looking at the map, and I noticed, gee whiz, Bethlehem is just an hour north or so of where we were camped at. So we broke camp. We drove up to Bethlehem, New Hampshire. It was a quaint little town, and we stopped in to Thayer's Inn, which was one of the original inns with the wooden floors and everything. Walked in there. Hey, "Can I look at your phone book?" And, "Sure, go right ahead." So I picked up the phone book, I looked up his name, and he was in there, he was in the phone book. Wrote the name, the address, and the phone number down, came back to, Portsmouth, called him up and said, "Hey, Dad, here's his name, address, and phone number." Dad called him, it was the same guy. So Bill and Dad were able to hook up after being apart for 40 years, and I guess, in the military, you have a group of friends that when you're stationed together, you experience things together, and you create a pretty tight bond. And so it's nice to be able to reconnect. And so to be able to do that for my dad was really, really cool. I really enjoyed being able to do that. Misha says 89, 69%. So Misha's got the percentage of humidity beat for everybody so far. Ooh, pitcher of iced tea. Sounds yummy. Do you take it with or without sugar? I wish I could stay inside, where by the time I get started with my chores, it's the heat of the day. I should learn that lesson by now. I know. Um, yeah, I had to work out in the heat, for 20 years when I worked at the electric co-op. And so if you can get up and get started early, it's a lot easier. I'll come a week early, find a parking, etc. after a visit with you guys. Okay. Yeah, and when you head down, Cheryl, just message me on Facebook, and I'll give you an address and get you in here safely. Danny Dizzle, the super supporter. Hi, Danny. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Ringo's here. Welcome, welcome. Good to have you, Kyle. There's She Devil Adventures popping in. Hello, everyone. Been in southern Utah. Yeah. And the heat is much easier when the humidity is low, right? I also was stationed in Ogden, Utah for about 18 months in my very early days in the military. Beautiful state. Danny saying hello. Scrolling, scrolling. Danny wants to know where Mike is. He's up in Littleton. Yeah, my hometown. 82 to 2017. Yep, that's where. Beautiful little town. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Facebook is certainly good for that. Well, small world. Misha's son lives in Littleton. It's a cute little town. Yeah, Colorado. We got you. We got you. Littleton, Mass. Yeah, Littleton, New Hampshire. All right, what else is going on? Did you guys see at 30 minutes they were supposed to have a couple commercials? Did you guys see a commercial at the 30-minute point? It's supposed to be working, Tracy. We won't tell. We won't tell. All right. So had a good Father's Day. Hopefully everybody out there who's a dad had a good day. We had our oldest local grandson, Dylan, come over. So when our kids have their birthday or our grandkids have their birthday, the local ones, we tell them, you come over to our house by yourself. We treat them. Grandma cooks for them. She cooks their favorite meals. Dylan likes breakfast sandwiches. So grandma fixed him breakfast sandwiches, and he ate like 6 of them over 2 days. I mean, she was in there cooking up a storm, and he just loves her breakfast sandwiches, which is, of course, toast, egg, bacon, and I think she puts some cheese on there and whatever they want. And so we had a good time with Dylan. All the kids, you know how teenagers are, they need shoes, they need clothes. So we went out shopping. He likes the Vans shoes. And so we went to the Vans store there at the local mall. We bought him a couple pair of shoes, which he was happy to get. And of course, that helps his mom too. She's a single parent with 3 teenagers. So there's no way you can do it by yourself. And so we help her out a lot. And then we took him to a movie. He likes the Avengers movies. I think the Avengers movie Thunderbolt, we went and watched that, which is pretty good at the local theater. You did get an ad. Okay. Should have been right at the 30-minute. Patrick didn't see any. It seems to be random. Oh, and fun fact, the post office in Littleton, New Hampshire, which is huge, was supposed to be that sounds like a government operation, huh? So that was obviously done at maybe in Washington, D.C., and they plopped it down in the wrong Littleton. That's funny. Okay. My plan was at 30 minutes to run my commercial, but you can see I didn't make it. Yeah, Jolly Matilda, that is you. Yep, she's back online. Got a couple ads so far. I don't have YouTube Premium. Well, I appreciate you putting up with the ads. That gives me about 2 or 3 extra cents on the live stream. Oh yeah, White Mountains, Green Mountains. Yeah, it's beautiful up there for sure. I didn't have a motorcycle there in New Hampshire, but that would have been a great ride. But we did do a lot of camping. Boy, oh boy, the uh, the first winter we were there, we bought a 1987 Ford van E250, 3/4 ton. Didn't have air conditioning, which you don't need in New Hampshire, and I built the interior out. This was in 1989 when I bought it, and I built the whole interior, made beds. We had a toilet. I had a back then I had a hand pump sink with a little basin, and I could shave. And I even put a mirror up there with um, with a door on it where we could put medicine cabinet and stuff like that. Had lighting in there. I was really proud, and it was just all made out of plywood. And back then, what was popular um, was burnt. You burnt your wood. So I'd take a torch, and burn the wood, and that was a nice fan. We got a lot of use out of it, and we did a lot of camping with it. Yeah, beautiful in the fall. Absolutely. Oh, yeah, I remember that. I We were driving, every time you'd go around the curve up there, we were oohing and awing because the fall leaves up there in the New Hampshire area are just fantastic. Tommy's saying hello to Tracy. Tracy's not getting any work done. All right, so we also took Dylan out to lunch, and he likes Chinese food. We just went to the local fast food Chinese restaurant, and we had a really nice. He spent 2.5 days with us, and we watched movies and we just had a good time with him. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have any photos. Back then you took pictures and maybe you printed them out and they went into a box and I got divorced and lost all that stuff. Motorcycle would be a whole lot. Yeah, I remember those years. My parents used to take us to Nebraska, up to the Omaha, Nebraska area when we were kids, and the vacation was 85, 90 miles an hour heading north, running, 24 hours. It was probably close to 24 hours back then. We were in a Ford station wagon, pulled over the side of the road in a rest area, and we'd had peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, get back in and head north. And we went to our grandparents' farm, as my dad's folks, and we had great experiences on the farm. It was 160 acres, and of course, up there they grow lots of corn. And I remember hauling corn cobs from the corn crib. So they ate a lot of corn. And what they did with the cobs is they would throw it into the original house, which was nothing but a, small structure that was kind of falling apart. And they let the corn cobs dry. And then grandma would use those in her stove. That's what she cooked with, was corn cobs. And our job as kids was to haul water and corn. They had one of those old fashioned, pump wells, and was a good life for a couple week vacation. Ah, yeah, wood burning technique. Yeah, it was. It was good. Yeah, and the Lucas is really happy when the kids show up. So we have, three local grandkids that live about 10 miles that way. And Lucas just loves them because they give him rubbies and lots of loving and play ball with him. Oh, Crystal cooked steaks. Nice. I feel like a king. You guys notice how expensive steaks are? Ooh, you almost got to take a loan out to go buy steaks. No, it wasn't a fortune cookie. It was Panda, is Dylan's favorite place. And that's where we went. But the fortune cookie is good too. Ahem, thanks. We had Father's Day at the park. Oh, nice, nice. And all the grandbabies. Good time. That's great, Cheryl. Glad you're able to hang out with family. Cheryl was up there in really cold country. And if you look back at some of her videos, you talk about snow and cold. She was up around the Arctic Circle and running a resort up there, at least the kitchen part of the resort, the food area. Bacon wrapped steaks. Now you're talking. Now you're talking. Yeah, happy birthday to Tim. He's coming up on what is it, Tim? 39? So let's run a birthday for Tim from CR View. Awesome. Happy birthday to Tim. Yep. Stretch. Roy's awake. Good morning, Roy. We'll see you later this afternoon as soon as it gets good and hot out. Yeah. And we have neighbors around here that are late sleepers too. And I guess you can be a night owl in the desert, stay up at night when it's cooler and take care of things that you need to take care of, or do your thing at night and then sleep in during the day. It kind of depends on what works, for your system. But we have some night owls out here, and so I try not to make too much noise in the mornings. But I'm up at 5 and usually banging around. Not many wildflowers. Still beautiful. Oh, interesting. So Ray was out looking for flower trees. Some of the prices are going down, though. You notice that. We notice eggs are cheaper now. A lot of stuff in the grocery stores are starting to inch down a little bit as far as pricing, but steaks are still pretty pricey. Josh says, when I was small, we'd drive to North Carolina. I remember having spam and devil ham sandwiches. Oh, yeah. It was so cold, even the polar bears were wearing parkas and caps, Patrick says. Oh, yeah. It would be heavenly right now, except it's probably still snow on the ground. Yeah, happy birthday to Tim. 39th year, right? Thank you, guys. If all goes to plan, I'll be turning the big 60. All right, the big 60. I don't know about you, Tim, but you know, I would have probably paid more attention to eating healthy when I was in my 20s. Maybe, maybe I'll live to be 60 or maybe 70. I'm pushing 70. Young guy, Cheryl says. Yeah, zoinks. Oh, there you go. 1974 NASCAR races. I missed the Mexico NASCAR race yesterday. I was watching, the pre-race stuff, and then our daughter Sheena was over here, and I didn't want to run races while she was visiting, so we watched some movies. Yeah, back in the 70s, that was NASCAR heyday then. May 12th, and there was a big blizzard the day before. Wow. Still no polar bears, though. Amazing. All right, looks like we made our hour, folks. Thank you very much for being here. I'm going to run a couple of videos on the way out. I need to thank all my channel members. I'm going to run that one first, but thanks everybody for being here. Next Monday, I'll be going live from the forest, from the National Forest. I'll be set up probably outside the RV if it's not raining, and watching trees grow and watching the horses graze through the campground. So be sure to stop in next Monday, same time, same channel. In the meantime, everybody have a great Monday and a great week. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it very much.
To all my members out there, you lift me up so high. The support
support you give me makes me touch the sky. In every lonely moment, when shadows start to fall, your love shines like a beacon. I hear your heartfelt call. Thank you, dear members, for standing by my side. With your strength and courage, we take this wild ride. From morning's glow to starry night, you're the reason I shine, my forever guiding light. In the desert where it's dry, where the cacti proudly stand, you're my loyal companions, my devoted band. Through rocky trails and valleys, we gather every mile. Hand in hand we wander with your endless smiles. Thank you, dear members, for standing by my side. With your strength and courage, we take this wild ride. From morning's glow to starry night, you're the reason I shine, my forever guiding light. Desert where it's dry, where the cacti proudly stand, you're my loyal companions, my devoted band. Through rocky trails and valleys, we gather every mile. Hand in hand we wander with your endless smiles.
Wake up to a brand new day. Smile at the sun's warm ray. Greet the world with open arms. Spread good vibes and charms. Kind words change the scene. Make life feel like a dream. Help someone who's in need. Plant a little kindness seed. Shine bright like a star. No matter where you are, kindness takes you far. Light up the world. Together we can make it. Love's the way to fake it. Leave a little joy behind. In every heart you'll find. No need for heavy words. Be like chirping birds. Simple acts can heal. Make every moment real. Shine bright like a star. No matter where you are, kindness takes you far. Light up the world. No need for heavy words. Be like chirping birds. Simple acts can heal. Make every moment